What is going on, guys? So is anxiety totally reversible? I'm going to be brutally honest with you guys. I get this question all the time in the comments under my videos. You know, am I ever going to be the same? Is anxiety curable? Am I going to get rid of this? And I always tell everybody, yes, because it is curable. I'm a walking, living, breathing testimony to that. My channel is. I had health. If you don't know the story on me, which some of you might be watching for the first time, I dealt with health anxiety. I was a hypochondriac, horrible. I had multiple panic attacks a day. So I had panic disorder, easily classified panic disorder. Social anxiety, I developed that from just, I stopped communicating with people. I was basically in shock and detached from reality all the time, traumatized from what I was going through. And this all led to depression. So I was caught in this horrible cycle, multiple anxiety disorders going on at once. There were many times where I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be my life story. This is gonna go on forever. I'm never gonna break this cycle. It was so frustrating, it was so depressing. Each and every day was the same. If anything was different, it was a different symptom or it was a different disease I thought I had. A different length of time my panic attack lasted, or a different place new and exciting place I would have a panic attack. There was nothing good happening. I lost my relationships, I lost my friends, I lost jobs, I stopped going to school, my health got worse, I started drinking more. Everything in my life turned to crap, basically. And yes, I dealt with this for about 4 years. And it amazes me, you know, some people come to me and my heart breaks for you. I've been dealing with this for 10 years. I've been dealing with this for 20, 25 years. Somebody said 28 years to me the other day, and I was like, oh my gosh, you know. I felt like my life was over, you know, at like a year in. I can't imagine going through it that long. And I think one of the things that helped me totally reverse my situation was that I did it kind of early. It still is very hard. Even after that first major panic attack, it just really leaves a good impression on your subconscious, and from that point on, you're already going to have to do weeks of work to recover from that. So it takes a long time to get better, and the longer I think you've had it, the longer it takes to get better. And I'm not saying that to discourage you, because there is hope. It is reversible. Nobody is doomed, okay? But it is about what work you put in, how patient you are, how positive you're going to be. At some point, you're going to just have to stop being negative. I get it. Some people just don't have a lot of great things going for them right now, but there's always something to be positive about. You are breathing. You have another day to live. You, first off, you're super lucky to even be a part of this world, this universe. It's so vast. It's so amazingly deep and wide. You're amazing to be having any type of experience at all. Think about how small you are compared to everything. I did a video on this a long time ago. All the sand that's on a beach, you're like one of those grains of sand divided by 1 trillion pieces. Like, that's how big our universe is, and that's probably still scratching the surface. So you're lucky to be here. There's something to be positive about right there. You have an opportunity to get better, okay? An opportunity is all you need. So there you go right there. If you don't know how to be positive, that's how you start being positive right there. Okay? We all have our hardships, so you've got to start being positive to start the reversing situation. I was kind of lucky because I had this for 4 years. It's still a long time, but I didn't go, you know, like 7, 10, 15, 20 years of like hard depression. Because that's really setting your mind on something, and when you're in that funk for a long time, it is harder to climb out. And there are things that can help you, but you got to do everything. You don't just need to exercise, you need to exercise and eat right. Those two aren't going to do. I mean, I'm literally talking about you got to do everything. I talk about keeping a journal, writing down your feelings, your symptoms, your thoughts. You know, there's cognitive behavioral therapy. It helps you with rewiring your mind in a way that you think. There's positive affirmations that you can be listening to every day. There's ASMR videos that will help you in emergency situations. Meditation, I preach it to you guys every day. It is so important. I think exercise and diet are better than antidepressants. And meditation, you throw that in there, oh my gosh, you know, that's going to help you tremendously. Do that in the morning and at night. That is whenever you have the most impact on your subconscious mind, and I know you guys hear me say that. Those are the 2 parts of the day where you're going to have the biggest impact up here. And that's what you're trying to change, because your conscious mind is still ahead of your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is lagging, you know? It takes a while to change. Just because you decide today that I'm going to wake up early in the morning, I'm going to do it. I'm going to wake up at 4 a.m. and I'm going to start working out. You know who says no in the end? Your subconscious. Your subconscious mind's like, no, I'm not doing it. That's why you wake up the next day. That's why it's hard. You got to make a habit. So you got to make good lifestyle choices and make good habits. Do them daily, and then you will start seeing small changes in your subconscious mind. And you can't let a panic attack here, or a bad anxiety day here, or a bout of depression here really hold you down. Because if you do that, you get stuck back in that cycle, and we all know what that's like. You gotta break through. You gotta break through at some point. You have to. You have to say, yeah, I had a panic attack today, but you know what? Screw that. Let's move on. Swerve. Okay? Get out of my way. I want to see what's next. If there's another one, right, you might have a day where you have 10 of them and you ain't had a panic attack for 3 weeks. And you don't understand, right? You're like, I'm not even anxious. What's going on? I've been doing good for 2 weeks. Your subconscious is still running things up there. You're doing a great job. You are getting better. But your subconscious is still having these anxious tendencies. And you got to just let this pass. That's why I said that last year of me getting better with my panic attacks, I probably still had about probably 10 panic attacks that year. And I know that's not a ton, but that was the year that I was really starting to get better. I still would have these panic attacks at bad anxiety moments, you know, bad days. It would build up and I would still have it because my body still wasn't used to just dealing with it in different ways. And then after that, I didn't have any anymore. And I haven't had a panic attack in, I believe, over 2 years. I got a panic attack relapse video somewhere in my playlist for panic attacks and anxiety. You can go check that out. That's the last one. I think it was over 2 years ago. And I hadn't had one a long time before that, so I'm doing great. I reversed it. I don't have it anymore. Anxiety disorder, I don't have it. I'm anxious, but I don't have those crazy symptoms. I don't obsess over it every day. Health anxiety, yeah, pretty much reversible. It happened. I don't deal with that. I don't Google my symptoms anymore. I don't obsessively go to the doctor. I don't obsess when I have a symptom. I get over it. I've learned how to cope with that. Social anxiety, I wish I could talk to people a little bit more than I do, but I'm just bogged down with my life. I really don't have time to get out. I do need to make more friends, but I don't get anxious, crazy whenever there's some people around me. Let's see, depression. I don't have any depression. I have too much to be thankful for. And you guys can get there. Like I said, you need to be eating, you need to be dieting, journaling, if you need to get counseling, do it. I don't agree with antidepressants, and I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to get into that. That's a decision for you. But I will say that I wish that you could do it the natural way. I didn't take medication, so if I can do it, I know you can do it without medication. So make sure you're doing that. There are resources out there, guys. Below, I'm leaving a link to an anxiety store that I put together, and then there's some resources below it, just books, vitamins that are crucial for recovering in anxiety, things like weighted blankets, there's panic attack workbooks and journals and stuff like that. Go check that stuff down in the description. Also, join that Facebook group down there for support on these types of anxiety disorders. It's a great group. We all support each other. It's like a whole nother family aside from my YouTube channel. Also, join and follow my social networks down below. Like this video if you got some value. I hope you did, guys. I really wanted to bring my A game today for this video. It was a really cool topic and I wanted to answer it for you guys. Leave me a comment, guys, if you know, you've ever thought that you were never going to get out of this cycle, or if you still feel like you can't get out of it, because you can. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit that notification bell so you get updates whenever I put my videos out. And I hope you have a great rest of the afternoon. The weekend is here. Let's have some fun, guys. Thanks a lot.